Today I'm going to show you how overpowered your callouts can be, but first you have to change everything you know about how you communicate. Callouts are something you almost never hear about anymore.
Look at everywhere.
If you're in for a more competitive skill set, then you need to master the Sitrep.
One on buy station.
Up line.
Back on street loady. Street loady's down.
Whole team in green.
Top of headquarters.
Green's gotta come out. Bunk beds. I think they're back at loadout. Yes. The mini mart.
He's cracked in there.
Yes.
On the roof.
Buy down there too.
Yep.
The more words you use, the longer it takes to transfer the information. I'm going to show you how to build nicknames for places on the map for faster locational accuracy. Most importantly, how and when to use them.
Nick, I'm bringing you some tunnel rats.
Yay.
By the way, send this video to all your squad mates or at least someone on your team whose callouts absolutely suck. There are some seriously bad comms that not only offer zero information,
Another one.
but also give away your team's plan of attack. So if you enjoy the video and you're ready to be a better teammate in Warzone, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to give you the call out that I hate the most. Yo, buy me back. I'm always setting people straight on this, but the last thing I want to do is trade my position to chance bringing you back into the game with floor loot. Ping a safer buy or contract as I defend myself. The best assistance in this scenario is your silence. If you must contribute, be objective. Offer intel like where an enemy is upon your death.
2 in shack, 1 on office.
2 in shack. 1 on office. This is extremely valuable intel for the last alive.
1 went wide left, snake, blue and blue.
1 went wide left in blue. I gave only the relevant information. Position, elevation, and threat level.
There he is.
Offering too much info clogs the senses for the last alive, and they need to hear footsteps. This plays so strongly into your parting words for the enemy. Instead of screaming "on me" 7 times, pinpoint the threat level and attach it to a moving live ping. Saying "full team" or "don't push" can help your teammates not full send into an ambush. You can also ping and use locational cues to help coordinate your attack and to help count your enemies. Once again, comms keep the information going for when you don't have a UAV. This puts more control over your team's ability to set up formation fights. And that's why I've started to hate the one-shot call-out. It can fake your teammate into avenging you and then in turn also die. Instead, I live ping while I'm down and once again call out position, elevation, and threat level. If you knock one along the way, communicate the enemy team's buddies so your team knows whether they should push or reposition. Developing clean and concise positional callouts makes all the difference in the world. This way, your teammates know exactly where to look to find the enemy. If you just say "behind you," it does nothing for the collective team's ability to locate the threat because they're all facing different directions. Say "boat's looking," and then follow it with a live ping. All your teammates will now know where the threat is in relation to them and can take corrective action to get into cover and then re-engage. This is right about the time I want to talk about noise pollution. Your team does not need an entire running commentary about every gunfight you are in. But ambushing teams or third-party squads need to be addressed. If you're buying a loadout and you see something dangerous to the squad, communicate it and address the threat. Equipment pings like self-revive here, extra kill streak, etc. When you're pushing a team and you thirst, give those positional callouts so your team knows how to address their retaliation. Something I have really tried to do more of is indicate rotations, especially when you're with randoms. Even if they're not talking, speaking those rotations
Go top of prison.
helps give players their reference point of, hey, it's time to move. Circle is coming. Let's take high ground. Grab your self-revive.
I'll go first. Bad idea.
Not every player is going to be 100% aware at all times, but share your decisions with the team so that you can find yourself in better situations. Now, this is another voice comm no-no. Stop using positional callouts in relation to you or your teammates. If you say things like above us or below us,
You can go upstairs though.
you're confirming to the enemy that the footsteps that they hear are true. Then all they have to do is react to the opposite of what you said. Better yet, stop giving away the intended push by saying literally what we're already trying to do. Be indirect. say top prison, not let's push top prison, and then zip up. You don't need to literally narrate every rotation. You're literally destroying your potential stealth push for prox chat to react to. Danger ping the location and rotate to pinch angles. The Snake and I do this often. Be concise. Alert enemy team's positioning with a danger ping and your intended push with a locational ping. You don't always have to use words to communicate. Especially in high-stakes endgames, this is where, bro, buy me back, gets you in trouble. When you say that, the enemy may hear this and know you intend to visit the buy station. I shoot enemies all the time off the buy. Building this skill will take lots of hours, and my advice is to try and run a game with as little small talk as possible. So today, I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to label every major callout I can think of on screen while we break down a rank play victory. Throughout the course of the video, I'm going to highlight positional tactics based on my awareness and game sense, and also show you how we communicate as a squad. Today, I'm going to teach you how to give your own situational report straight to your squad when it matters most.
One more.
So we've addressed fighting multiple enemies. Very important to listen to the audio cues, like one more. That way you know you can switch your weapon instead of trying to reload, especially with floor loot, because it is very common for you to run out of ammunition with those short mags.
One landing towards the end. Oh, Michael Myers.
Got him. They're cute, though. Once you have intel that they are returning to the fight, get that information to your teammate as fast as possible. Whether when you get your thirst, you have to communicate where they are. When I review people's gameplay, one of the biggest things that I still see is people are not sharing the information from the resurgence ping, which your teammate is not getting once you thirst that down. So make sure you're giving out those audible callouts like on the boat. When you see an enemy and they are on a location, giving the directional callout helps your teammates react, and then you can decide to push together. Now we're going to communicate that we're going to buy a loadie, and whenever you say that, you need to be ready to defend your position.
Cover fire!
You're always trying to be on the defensive when you're at a buy station, but if players hear that, office is coming,
Yeah.
blue,
Yeah. Yes.
covering each other, getting the loadout, and we're falling back to cover, and we see someone on the minimap. I'm going to communicate that he's coming from the blue POI, and I'm waiting to see if he actually pushes the gunfire. Not pushing the position, catch him walking in, indicate that there's two, knock one, fall back, and say top steps. Whenever you're retreating, try to give that position away so that your teammate can trade much more efficiently. Snake has called out that there's two more, given a danger ping as well as an audible. We're going to wait for the precision to clear. We're going to check the surrounding area for anyone retaliating, maybe coming over from port, and then we're going to collectively push the radar and the last known position of this team. Snake calls out that he's throwing thermites, and we're communicating on whether or not we're going to push in. It is very important to move as a unit, and if you are split in your push and you're not using the corrective hold strategies, you can
There's two
be
now.
easily divided by a team that is staying in cover. Never take the same angle. It gives you the ability to see a different vantage point, and then you can give your callouts more efficiently. But you see the attacker, you knock one, rotate and react through your gunfight strategies, provide your cover, and communicate the
I'm
ping.
burning them.
Fall back. We've killed two in a trios, leaves us with one,
Another one.
and then we start to clear the final house. Always check behind your doors to make sure.
Hiding in the door.
Process of elimination, we find him in the entryway.
On top of the roof.
Fresh call out from the top of factory. We are in a position to be held, so we need to close that gap. See if we can find that red dot. Fastest way to the roof, taking our zip, clearing that corner. Find them rotating up the steps
You made it up.
and let them know. Now's the time to find out where you're going next.
Which way are we going, fellas?
Lots of dots. Who's going to push what? And we need to do it together.
To the far side.
Snake wants to take the gondola. I'm going to clear the ground by the loadout.
Okay. On rocket.
Taking the cover by the rocket for protection. Remember, last known position was at Grandma's, so we're going to take the high ground, and I'm going to see if Snake needs a fallback security. He's taking the skylift up, peeking at that, seeing if I need to reassess, want to take a closer angle. We're also suppressing the bounty team with an airstreak. Snake has delivered his ordnance and has went back down on the gondola. He is not pushing the fight because his teammates are not with him. Given the call out that we have one over at HQ, I'm holding the most likely place for them to exit, but I'm not 100% sure which direction he went. He could still be in Grandma's house. I'm going to hold this extra long to make sure. HQ, no audible, no footsteps. Fire sale. Communicate your cash economy. Ambushed. Once again, always try to be on the defensive when you're at a buy station. Change your position. Use your cover to get into a defensive area.
Self-revive.
Snake's laying down that precision again. Knocks him, and I'm able to send the precision. I have to step away from the knock, telling him to wait, get the thirst with the precision. Once I'm clear of it, I'm going to buy another one. Defense. Communicate this sloth needs a self-revive. Fresh fly-in. Take him out. 2 more pings inside the entrance of prison. Have to be telling your teammates where those enemies are at. Holding your widest angle. There, we are riding the gas line in to minimize getting shot in the back. We see that they're going towards the roof, so we're going to move to the other side on low ground. Fast forwarding here, we move up to clinic.
A lot of death here.
Find where all the action is.
Oh my god. There is a lot of death here.
Come back. It's not safe.
And start to form how we're going to get these guys off the roof. We put a precision on them. They're able to find cover, which means they have to exit the roof just like we need to exit the prison. So we're going to use power and numbers, hold down our left and right strategy. This is where a little bit of prediction comes into play, is which way are they going to swing to get their safest rotation. We're putting pressure on the steps so they can't move down to us. But while we're doing that, we're also checking the windows and the flanks as the gas pressures them off the roof. There, I start to look over here and see that they are flying towards a safer buy and catch them as they are going down. Time to recirculate that cash economy. Time to recirculate the money. We need information on these final teams. The fastest way to do that is to pop a UAV. But before we do that, again, we are getting the information from the UAV as well as waiting for the circle pull. And go. Once we have the new zone, we are now going to do our split. They're taking the high ground at helipad, and I'm going up from underneath. I have up arrows on my dots to take a pop shot over on helipad at Sloth. And I walk up the steps to get a retaliation kill. No pings on the radar, but I fall back, listening for audio cues. This gives valuable time for Sloth to get up, hear a buyback, catch him rotating to the ground, and then flushing him with a thermite. Either roof or the tin metal, which tells me that there's one on the roof. The roofer. Now I have pings around the back side of the circle on the far side of chemical. 3 teams up, 1 still running on the roof. I'm long holding, whether hard focusing this buy station because I feel like he's going to leave the roof to purchase back his teammate. Remember, buy stations are a hot zone that you need to be offensive and defensive against. Circle pull is not in our favor. My team has moved up to chemical. I like to clear the roof line to get these guys off of the final push so we can rotate to safety. See the buyback? And they are all hiding behind air conditioners. Able to swing in, far side 2. But that's the speed of that comm that you have to give so that your team knows how to react. I was not as efficient with that call out. I may not have been able to crawl into cover because their suppressive fire would have been delayed. Now it's forced to fall back. I'm going towards the loot that I made with this guy out by the box, hoping that I can get a new gas mask. Unfortunately, I don't get enough cash. I'm using my stim as a backup.
Hey, cut that out.
while listening to the footsteps above because we were not able to get them off the roof, and we still have 3 teams that we are fighting in this circle. They know we're down here. They're using every piece of equipment to get us pinched inside this 2 exit room. We team fire the top and then rotate, plating in the cover, and I hear the door. The door is the audio cue here, which is what tells me swing out of cover and give the call out
When I first shed.
there as he exits, and we are able to team fire the last guy. This tactic seems so subtle, and there are a lot of people that will ignore this and say that it is not necessary. The faster and cleaner you get with your callouts, the more efficient you will be as a team. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And like I always say, keep building, keep adapting. Sitrep out.